Welcome to Preneur LIfe. There's 4 things that millionaires hedge against. Number 4, current and future assets. Number 3, sickness and injury. Number 2, death. And number 1, you're going to get towards the end. Stick with us. Welcome back, Preneurs. Let's jump right into it. Number 4, current and future assets. Okay, so what are we talking about here? What millionaires are looking at, what wealthy are looking at, they always want to protect their current and future assets by, it's kind of interesting, not in your own personal name. You know, when I was growing up, I was told to, put everything I have, my house, my cars, everything I got, I want to be able to own it. But when I started noticing, it was a wealth hack, is that most wealthy individuals, millionaires, they're putting everything they have, homes, cars, businesses, all under a business name. So they control it, but they don't own it. Right? That was a big thing for me. And if you look at a couple different things, like maybe Shaquille O'Neal, or maybe you look at O.J. Simpson or Allen Iverson or even Ben Franklin, what are some things that they are doing for themselves to protect their current and future assets? And one of the things they use is pensions, royalties, annuities, trust funds. I mean, if you look at what happened with O.J. Simpson, he had $33 million that's going to be paid out to him because of a pension, right? If you look at what happened with Allen Iverson, you probably heard a little bit of stories about him with Reebok. But at age 45, if I'm not mistaken, age 55, my mistake, he's going to get $32 million. $32 million because of a trust fund that he was able to have from Reebok. If you look at what happened with Ben Franklin, he said 2 annuities from his will, right, that he gave to Philadelphia and Boston that are literally been paying out since 1993 is when it ended. That's a very long time. If you look at O'Neal, he says, you know what, I want guaranteed income. A business guy, right? Obviously had a great career playing basketball, but he says, you know what? I want to make sure I position my large sum of my money to be able to pay me out for the rest of my life. So he used annuities and other different products as well. These are all individuals that decided to say, what? I want to protect my current assets and also make sure that I'm protecting it in the future, because the things you can never predict is things that can happen bad to you. Number 3, let's kind of go right into that. Number 3 is sickness or injury, okay? Sickness or injury. So what does that really mean for you? I mean, if I'm not mistaken, no one knows when you're gonna get sick or no one knows when you're gonna get injured. So how can you hedge against that? Well, what millionaires do is they look at this different things right here. They say, how long can I sustain if something bad ever happened to me? So they put policies on themselves to make sure they protect themselves at all times because of sickness or injury. What else? Who else can actually be burdened right now? So like, what family members are being burdened? Is my business being burdened? These are different things that they're thinking about already, that they're already planning and protecting themselves against if they ever got sick or injured and replaced from what they are operating on a daily basis. If you look at life for us, I don't know about you, but life, if you're watching this, I promise you, life has been challenged. Literally been challenged. I'm talking about the way of life. Why? Because of what? A virus, right? That's going on right now. If you look at what's also going through GoFundMe, $650 million has been raised yearly, annually, simply because of what? Healthcare costs rising. These are all things that you have to start thinking about if you haven't started thinking about already, because life is changing consistently. I mean, look at this. We have masks now, we have vaccines we have to think about, we have curfews, travels being affected, going up and down for different places we can go to, even how we even interact as humans. Like, what's social distancing? How do I shake your hand? If you cough, it's like, oh my gosh, did they cough? Did he cough on me? All these things are happening right now. Why? Because of sickness and injuries. One thing that the wealthy have been doing, one thing that millionaires always do, they hedge against it. So if it ever is affected from them, or if it ever affects them, that it does not affect their wealth or what they have built thus far. Let's go to number 2, which is death. If I'm not mistaken, 100% of everyone's going to pass away. Here's a little fun fact for you. 7,777 people actually pass away on a daily basis. That's a big number. We're doing some research, honestly. And you look at it, you have 2 things you're going to leave. You're going to leave legacy or you're going to leave loss. All right. So what wealthy have been doing, what millionaires have been thinking about is, how do I plan against something I know is going to 100% happen? Right? So a couple different things that they have been doing is they get wills and trust. Okay. If you don't have one, I highly recommend it. They have life insurance. They have estate planning. You also make sure that their family is not going to ever separate or have to go to probate, because they have everything spelled already. They know what's going to happen, so they're already planning for something, again, they can never predict. All right, let's get to number 1. Number 1 is how they make money. All right. So this is a very big one, because your money is either one of these 3 lines. Either it's going up or down, which means it's variable. Either it's going in a linear situation, which is fixed, or it's exponentially compounding, okay? And depending on what you're looking at right now for yourself is how your money is growing. What millionaires have been doing to hedge against their income is they look at the industries that they're in. So there's 4 points for you I want you to think about, and when we start talking about industries that you're in. Number one, you can look at this, is it proven? Okay, the industry that they put their money into to actually make money, is it proven for them? Is there a proof of concept? Is there examples that have shown that this works effectively? Number two is profitability, okay? Does this industry, what they're investing in right now, what they're putting their time into, their resources, does it create a net profit? That's very, very big, because if your bottom line isn't profitable, then you're actually in a very bad situation where you're always going to fluctuate based on what the market's doing. Next is making money outside of trends. If a trend is always the reason why your money's going up, then you're always going to be taking a ride based on what's going on and what people have a speculation of what is good or what is bad. That can be affecting your income, making it a roller coaster. And the real question is it even demanded? Right? Even what you're offering in the industry, is it even demanded? The wealthy understand if I'm going to be making money, I got to make sure that what I offer, my service or my product, is demanded. Another point for yourself is in the industry that they're putting their money in, they're investing in, does it need to be innovated? Okay, so they usually step into industries that are outdated. If you look at what Jeff Bezos did, he looked at logistics, he said, I'm gonna add technology to it. There's many different examples that individuals look at and they say, you know what, I gotta make sure that if I step into this industry, where is the innovation happening? Can we add technology to speed up the process? Those are different things along those lines. And then when you're investing, what I notice about millionaires is that they look at leaders in the industry. They say, you know what, what's the CEOs, what are the individuals that are disruptors, that actually set the bar to new heights? Because they know that's a great investment for them. They have leaders in that industry that are looking to make that industry even better and improve. These are the 4 points that, again, millionaires hedge against. Hopefully this added value to you. Go ahead and check out the Instagram, check out the different social media platforms we have. Like, comment, share, let us know any topic that you would like to hear as well, and we'll see you on the next video.